there, good afternoon. My name's Jason and I am one half of the Highwaymen. Unfortunately, Steve couldn't make it today. It's Christmas Eve and he's been called into work. So sorry to hear that, Steve, that you're having to work Christmas Eve, but hopefully you get tomorrow off and Boxing Day. So yes, it's me on my own today. My name's Jason, and today we're going to be talking about Jeremy Clarkson. He's in the news this week, and not for a good reason. And we're going to ask the question, should he be sacked for his recent comments about Meghan Markle? But before I go into that, I want to start with a bit of an introduction to who Jeremy Clarkson is, for those of people who don't know. Jeremy Clarkson's a journalist and television presenter. He co-presented the program Top Gear until he was spectacularly sacked a few years ago after it was reported that he punched one of the producers after they'd been filming one day, came back to his hotel room and asked for a steak. Unfortunately, the chefs had all gone home. The producer came back with some cold meats for him, and he decided to punch him and called him an Irish cunt. He was sacked from the BBC, and him and his colleagues went over to Amazon, and they now do a television program called The Grand Tour, I believe. I've never seen it. I have to say, I don't like Jeremy Clarkson very much. I think he's a posh, arrogant twat. Basically, can't stand him. Don't want to see him on television. Don't want to hear what he's got to say. That's my thoughts on Clarkson. So he writes a column for The Sun, and this week he wrote, I believe it was, that Meghan Markle should be made to parade through the streets of every town in England naked while people shout shame and throw excrement at her, for which he's been called out by other media outlets for the comments. He's took the posting down off his own Twitter page or web page or something, and he's now apologized. The Sun have now apologized as well for the comments. Now, I've got a couple of things to say on this one. Is, I think, well, I've said Jeremy Clarkson's a twat. Let's go with that. I think Meghan Markle's been given far too much negative press. She's given too much press, full stop, but, it's all negative press. It is bullying, and, she does need leaving alone. And to most people hearing those comments, they're going to think that's a really awful, awful thing to say about somebody. And I agree. However, if, like me, you're a Game of Thrones fan, you'll realise that the evil queen was made to walk down the steps of Westeros, King's Landing, down the steps of King's Landing, naked, while people threw excrement at her, and one of the sort of nuns figures rang a bell and shouted shame. And
shame. Shame. Fuck off! Shame.
And so, if you're a Game of Thrones fans, you'll see the humour potentially in that Meghan Markle, who's been perceived as being evil to some degree, being given the same treatment. So I kind of get the humour in it. Is it tasteless? Is it funny? Depends whether you're a Game of Thrones fan, really. First thing I thought was how horrific, because as I said, Meghan Markle's been given far too much negative press. But flip side of that, as a person who enjoys Game of Thrones, I see the parallel there and the potential humour in it. Now, when Clarkson writes his column, it's going to be seen by editor, the big editor at least, probably more than that. It's going to go perhaps to the legal department to be reviewed to see if there's anything illegal that he's put in his post. Before it goes out. So there's lots of people who get the opportunity to say that is too far, too far near the knuckle. But they published it, and now they're apologising for it. And I kind of feel that, like, once you've put something out there, once you've said something, you almost have to stand by it. I mean, you can say, you know, you can get a difference of opinion and say that you're wrong sometimes. But I think, you know, realistically, if you've come out and said something, you should really stand by it. And now they're apologising it because of public opinion. And I don't know if that's really right to be cancelled. You know, we have this cancel culture now. Should they just be sitting by and saying, you know, this is what I believe in, this is a joke, I thought it was a good joke, and I'm going to stand by it? Or should they, you know, buckle and say, no, we're sorry, we're inappropriate? Until the next time, of course, that it's going to happen again. Should he be sacked? No, I don't think he should be sacked. Well, he should be sacked because he's a waste of space. But however, should he be sacked for this particular thing? I don't think he should. I think it, as I said, it's a joke that would have appealed to some people and not others. I want to see less of Jeremy Clarkson, full stop, but not for this reason. So in my opinion, you know, tasteless, leave Meghan Markle alone. A tasteless joke to some, funny to others. Should he be sacked? Definitely not. Do you want to see more Clarkson on TV? Definitely not. That's it. Short one for you this week. Hope you all have a fantastic Christmas, and hopefully Steve will be back with me next time and we'll bring you some more content, more humorous content, because it's a lot funnier when Steve's on, let's be honest. And thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.